is losing the mic. I'm not sure why. Well, anyway, why am I doing a live cast? Well, it's been a while, and as you guys may or may not know, I had a medical issue in February, and um, I got lucky, as you guys can see. I am surviving. I'm able to drive. I can I can take care of myself. I do have an issue on my left side with temperature. My right eye still involuntary closes, and I have a weird walk. In fact, my cane is at the front door. I don't really need it, but I take it with me just because I get tired easily. And when I get tired, I wobble and I look like a drunk. But I'm still doing home lab stuff. Okay. I'm still creating videos, and I just want to come on tonight and say that I got lucky. Um, I, you know, while I was in the hospital, the first week was kind of scary because, for a while I stopped eating, um, really had problems swallowing, and, they put a feeding tube into me, and I couldn't see straight. I can see straight now, but again, my right eye will just freak out and want to close. And I don't know why. Um, supposedly where the incident happened, it shouldn't affect that, but it has. And, it makes it really irritating at times because, I don't know, I joke with people that I have become Frankenstein's monster. And it really bugs me because from going to, you know, from something where I was normal, some of my friends would debate that with me, but being normal to um, where I am today, it really drives me up the wall. And, as you guys can hear, the house is quiet, and the dogs, they're behind me. Let's see if I can get a second camera on them real quick. I'm going to change it. So 1 second. I'm using a new camera that I bought. Nope, that's not it. It won't let me change cameras. That's okay. But, in the past, you would see like a shadow walking behind me. That person has moved out, and in a way, that kind of forced me to become independent and take care of myself. I can drive. I'm lucky that I can do that. But I just can't drive long distance. I drive long distance, suddenly my left side just wants to shut down, and I have neuropathy, and I had it in my feet because of my diabetes, but now the whole side, and there's nothing like feeling. Well, that's not true. It's not just my right side, left side. It's my right side of my face too. And it's weird feeling neuropathy in other parts of my body. I've gotten used to it in my feet. But anyway, I wanted to come on tonight to talk about that. You know, I finally made the 1,000 user mark, and I wanted to thank everybody. This has been a crazy year. I I am so happy that I'm still here and still able to do stuff. Yeah, I know in my videos I tend to talk long. I've actually had people point that out. But you guys, I've been doing tech for 30 years. So I like to share a little bit of wisdom as I'm going along. I've been lucky enough where I work at to be mentors to people, and I like to show off and or show people how to do stuff and things like that. That's why I know for 2 years I've been kind of promising that I'm going to do a Linux teaching course, and I really am going to do that. Um, I'm just trying to get to a point where I can deal with work, deal with my personal life, um, deal with my beagles, and make sure I don't have health issues. That's been one thing that's been kind of driving me up the wall. I am not a superhero. I am very much human. I am very much flawed. And this year has taught me a lot about that. I mean, when you're having to reteach yourself to eat, to walk, luckily my memory was not affected, my speech. That's a funny story. The speech therapist actually thought that the medical incident affected my speech, but I had to explain to him, hey, I'm dyslexic. And I know in my videos when I'm talking with you guys, sometimes I'll say something and later on I'm watching it and I'm like, oh my God, why did I say that? And usually it's a word for something, and the first letter starts with with whatever I'm talking about. So, it's crazy. But all right. Enough about me being sick and all that. You know, I wanted to talk about what's coming up. So I've been posting a lot more to X, Blue Sky, Mastodon, Facebook, and LinkedIn of my projects. I don't have the book with me, but I've actually finished up a number of projects. This is a Miniform MS-01. I've seen other content creators use that, and I got curious. Did not intend to buy it, but after I did, I realized that it was one of those purchases that was well worth it. I have an Intel Arc card into it, a 4 gig, and I really am enjoying using this. Yes, right now it's a Proxmox server, but I have booted up Windows with it, and I have played Fallout with it, almost to the point where I'm debating, do I get another MS-01 or do I go ahead and get the A2? If you haven't taken a look, you really do need to check out Miniforms. I carry a Miniform in my bag that's come very useful. It's actually easier to carry that than it is a laptop because all I got to do is plug it up, turn my phone on, and I can go. And so Miniforms really got some nice machines. Another brand that I've gotten turned on to, and I bought my first one last year, and it's in the T1 that's in the living room. And by the way, it's summertime, it's Georgia, it's hot. And I'm so thankful that I bought the T1 last year. I'm so grateful that I redesigned it. Um, I have most of the bare metal in my office shut down. If not, I couldn't survive there. Um, yeah, I do have air conditioning, but when you have bare metal and you don't have airflow, um, it can heat up pretty quickly. The T0, which believe it or not is right behind here, actually has two of the brand that I was getting ready to talk about. CWWK, they're fanless PCs. I have two of their pocket PC pocket NAS, and I am using one as a NAS. Um, Actually, an N305, which is an Intel 3, and an N100, which is the Intel Celeron. So I'm using Red Hat on that, but I've really been enjoying those. And the size of it has been very nice. Someone actually posted on a video that they were able to get 32 gigs working on theirs. Mazel tov, or hats off to you. You know, whatever phrase you want me to say congrats. I couldn't get it to work, and luckily, the kits that I bought, the 32 gig, I put into this, and the leftover 16 gig I put into this. So I have 48 gigs of memory in this. And this is an i9 with the 20 core. So this is actually going to replace two PCs in my T1, which will cut down on more power. UE2 actually sent me an X1 after I bought one of their boards. We compromised, and instead of them paying me back, they sent me that one. And it's don't get me wrong, it's a good computer, and I took it with me last year when I was traveling. Luckily, so far this year, I have not traveled. I'm actually looking at that as a blessing. Who knows, I may travel again. Depends on what's going on with work. But the fan was loud. The one thing I don't like about Intel and small board computers is the fact that the N series seems to be very popular, especially N95s and N100s. And they normally only have 4 cores. And because of that, the other thing is the memory is soldered on. Here's a good example. Ratsa. This is one of their boards. This is an 8 gig model. These are great if you were going to design robotics or something. But I like to push the boundaries. And before I got the mini form, this was my carry computer. Actually, that's not true. I had the UE2 that I took with me that had Windows 11 on it. I had this one with Windows 11 on it. And I had my, I'm sorry, my Gigabrick that had Windows 11 on it as well. And the Gigabrick actually did better than this or the UE2. Now, the UE2 has been a Proxmox server. There's a B-Link that's also a Proxmox server, and this MS-01 is going to replace both of those. And then I'm going to pull out a Libre Computer Sweet Potato. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I think it's the PowerPC. It overheats and it shuts down. So I'm going to play a little bit more. So I'm going to pull 3 units out. I'm going to put this one in there. I've already got my LXCs and my 1 vert moved over. Okay, so I'm pretty excited about that. Between this and the DeskPi RackMate T0, my little experimental lab, for summer, has grown. Now, one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding this. Yep, another DeskPi RackMate. This is the TT, and you can do this one horizontally or vertically, and I'm doing this horizontally because I want something that can replace this. Okay, I've had this probably longer than my son has been born, and I got this at Target years ago, and inside of it I have an N2, another gigabrick, and this is actually a Celeron. And I have an NVIDIA Jetson down here. This is the blue thing. And it'd be nice to get these all stacked up. And up top, I have a Raspberry Pi 3, a Libre Computer La Fritz, and a Raspberry Pi 4. And I'm planning to put them all into a TT and have it right here. Just because I think it would be better. This has been useful. This has been part of I think, I don't know if I did this last year or maybe the year before, but I showed like a little mini lab that I used to have over in the corner. I don't have it there anymore. The stand that the fish tank was on was out there. So MS-1, TT0. Another thing that I got really excited about is here. Let's turn the camera for a second. Okay, and hello. The Zima Blade. I got a video coming out on it. Okay, and this actually is replacing CasaOS, and it actually has storage, and I'm pretty excited about this because this has got 16 gigs of memory in it, and it's 4 cores, I believe. But anyway, it's just nice that I can have something that I could drop into my case right now that's up underneath there. I am buying a case for the T0, but I'm kind of thinking, do I buy Starlink so I'm totally mobile and buy like a powered, a giant battery to take with me, take it to a park and test it out? I'm thinking that. Seriously. I'm seriously thinking that. Okay. But the Zima Blade, I was pretty excited about that. The next couple videos that I am going to work on is KickPi. Oh, I really feel sorry for these guys. The young lady kept pestering me about the video coming out, and then I had my medical incident, and then it's sitting in the other room. And I'll be quite honest, never was a fan of Allwinner, but that board is actually got some potential to it. The new Allwinner chips are very nice. I know I of all the ARM chips, I prefer Rock Chip, but the Allwinner has been really nice. So it's been pretty cool because um, I'm going to be doing that one. And then the other couple videos that I'm going to be working um, on my fireplace, which is behind the camera, I have Retroflags GPI 2 case, and that came out a couple of years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, and that uses a CM4. And I bought it, and then I got mad because CM4s are kind of like unicorns. They're very rare. They're a little bit easier to find, but I found one, and then a new sponsor, DTV. They sent me this thing called the CM Rat, and I just this past week got the CM5 for it. Now I was going to put the CM4 into the DTV, but I wanted to get a CM5 just so I could have one, look at the back of it, kind of compare. I do have Banana Pie CM4s. They just redid theirs, and I want to get a new one, compare it to the old one. I have Orange Pie CM4s, very nice. Still haven't used the 24 IO port on top of that, but those. So technically, 3 videos I'm going to be working on that you'll see in July. Okay, the DTV CM Rat, the Kick Pie, okay, K2, and then the Retroflag GPI 2. And that one kind of scares me because Nintendo is tending to go after anybody who does emulation. So I need to find some like homebrewed ROMs just to show that it's working. That's gonna be it. It's 8:25. I don't want to go on too long. Oh, one other thing from my medical problem that I had in February is when I get tired, I tend to lean to the right. So if you wonder why I was kind of like doing like this, it's not a comfortable chair like you would think it is. It's just that's part of the things I'm having to adapt to. And I really do want to thank you guys. Get me to 1,000K. I'm not there yet to make money with it. If I do make money, great, but I'm still gonna keep making videos even if I don't. A lot of the stuff you guys see, I purchase out of pocket because I want to learn, and I can watch other people's videos, but I'm not going to learn. I'm going to learn by doing. And, that's why if you ever wonder how I'm able to afford a lot of this stuff is I give up a lot of stuff. Okay. Maybe one day I can have a piggy bank I can go look at and say, hey, I can go buy this. I've been lucky enough that sponsors are wanting to work with me. In fact, I have another one. We're going to see where it goes, where they want me to test out a new NAS for them. I'm excited to do that. Be nice to get like some NVMe storage people. Okay. And, but hey, I run into failures. Like, I'll be honest, like this MS1, I love it. It's working great. but I was kind of disappointed that I couldn't use this in it. And that's because this wants, I believe it wants a U.2 in it, an NVMe that looks just like that SATA 3 drive I just had in my hand. So it's, this is why I do what I do, is to learn this stuff so that I can still be in the game. Okay. And this is honestly, doing all this stuff. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but honestly, doing a lot of this stuff is what helped me come back from where I was. Some people look at it as a job. I look at it as a hobby and doing something I enjoy. I have to continue working and doing this stuff. And I've told everybody the day I stop learning is the day that I pass away. And I'm not trying to be morbid. That's who I am. I work hard, I play hard, and I hope you guys get something out of my videos. And with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. I just wanted to show you guys I am okay. I'm going to push this back. I'm a little bit heavy, but I can walk. Okay. My dogs are helping me with that, but I still rock. Robo, thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay. Hey, and I agree with you. That's why my videos are full form and me talking with a lot. And believe it or not, I was gonna log off, but when someone's posting like that, yeah, a lot of these content creators, they go and they do these super quick videos and they show you stuff, and it's awesome. And then when you start playing with it, Robo, I agree. There's not a lot of documentations. A buddy of mine, he wants me to put stuff behind like a Patreon firewall, or a Patreon membership wall, and I want to do that, because it would help me buy new toys, but I also want to help you guys and want you guys to learn. So, but anyway, I'm still kicking. It's been a crazy year. I'm sorry if March and April were kind of like no videos, and I did post some videos of when I had my medical issue, but I promise there's going to be more. Luckily, I got called back to work, so June's just been crazy. But anyway, with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Thank you.